What's the meaning of this? The two of you off in a corner, whispering, plotting?
Nothing of the sort. We were only...
Only what? What secrets are you keeping?
You misunderstand.
Damned assassins, they're probably here right now, watching us. Do you find this amusing? Do you?
The original Assassin's Creed, released in 2007 by Ubisoft, not a lot of people play this game today. Its sequels have made it completely obsolete, and yet, I still play it yearly. So am I just crazy? Yes I am. But just because I'm crazy, doesn't mean this isn't a fun-ass game. Because 10% of the time, it is. And although that seems like a small amount, it only takes that small amount to get you addicted. So let's talk about the game. You are Desmond Miles, a modern-day assassin who is kidnapped by a drug company, Abstergo, because Big Pharmaceutical controls everything. Through cunning diplomacy, your kidnappers convince you to use a machine called the Animus to relive the past memories of your ancestor, Altair, because he once came into contact with a divine weapon that gave him a map to even more divine weapons.
This is so fucked!
And with the shitty overarching plot explained, we can now delve into the part of the game with actual gameplay. As Altair, you are equipped with a plethora of elite gear to help you through the first 30 minutes. And if you've ever played Metroid Prime, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, or Need for Speed Underground, you'll see where I'm going with this, as all of your gear is abruptly taken away from you and you are sent
To fetch it again like some damn dog.
through a story of redemption consisting of 9 parts, segued by 9 different bodies, who all can't seem to just shut up.
I was like a god.
Going back to the gear though, there is a hidden blade, which lets you turn invisible in broad daylight and attack whoever you want for 5 seconds without arousing any suspicion. There is a sword, which is just a sword, you hit people with it, basic combat. A knife, which is a worse sword. Throwing knives, which are for killing archers from time to time. And your hands, which are for the one mission type where you follow someone for 2 minutes to the backyard of a cracked den, and press block and hit for 1 minute or so. Enthralling. The climbing mechanics of this game made it hot shit in its time, but now, it's just kinda shit. Aside from some spectacular buildings, most of the towers feel the exact same to climb. I always use viewpoints to lose the guards, because they're a convenient way to lose the heat, while accomplishing something at the same time. The guards can summon rocks from anywhere in the game however, and these have some amazing potential for ruining your day. The story and dialogue are actually quite good, at least for my taste. The major problem is that the cutscenes are unskippable, and feel like a punishment for progressing in the game. It does make for a good excuse to get a snack or something though. If they just had a skip cutscene button,
All of this could have been avoided!
then maybe you'd hear more people praising the story. But it doesn't, so fuck it. Story's bad. So, how is the combat? Well, if you don't want to waste precious time thinking, you can opt for the slowly but surely option of countering everyone until you win. This is a popular option. But there are subtle differences between the sword, knife, and hidden blade. And I would delve into these differences, but I'm not going to quote some random game facts forum in order to look smart. All I really know is that the timing for the counter is different between them. The hidden blade has a tinier window, but it is an instant kill, while the knife doesn't feel any different from the sword, which has a generous, forgiving window of opportunity for the counter. There is also a chain combo system, in which you press attack as soon as your blade meets another's. This makes for satisfying kill cams, but it doesn't work if the enemy's health is too high. Speaking of the enemy's health, it's not intuitive as to how the enemy's health is depleted. You will get direct hits on the enemy, but sometimes the tougher enemies will deflect every one of your moves but suddenly die to one simple sword swing. This is because if your sword comes into direct contact with the enemies, they will take some damage, but you're never told this. In a 10-man fight, efficient chain comboing can get tricky because of this. A controversial feature of this game is the amount of detail given to your assassination targets. I say controversial because I'm one of the few people who actually like it, but I don't blame anyone else for despising it. After running through a few cutscenes, which are geared towards making your targets look like they kick puppies for a living, you're allowed to figure out how to assassinate your target. Most of the time, you can just start a giant fight and kill your target in the ensuing chaos, but there is typically a stealthy option as well, although the latter option can be tricky to pull off. There is one scenario where you have to tell your target apart from his similarly dressed colleagues, using the detail on his belt as a reference. This is sadly a deviation from the norm though. There are various mini objectives strewn throughout the map, and you only need to do 2 to 3 of these in order to progress. For those not wanting to work too hard, I'd recommend choosing the pickpocket and eavesdropping minigames, as they are the fastest. But if you're going for a 100% run, just so you can prove you're a real Assassin's Creed fan, well, have fucking fun. These Informer assassinations have many outside variables to make your life a living hell. This includes random Templars aggroing you out of nowhere, dead bodies piling up at key assassination points, Fortnite players pushing you and exposing your cover, and last but not least, the Informer assassins saying the same goddamn piece of dialogue over and over again when you fail.
Did they let you into the city or did you fight your way in? Did they let you into the city or did you fight your way in? Did they let you into the city or did you fight your way in? Did they let you into the city or did you fight your way in?
Pro tip: run and jump at the Informer assassin and trigger the objective just before hitting him. This will skip the dialogue. You're welcome. Finally, I have to mention the flags. They're cancer. Don't ever collect them. It's not worth it. Trust me. If you're going for a 100% run, just pretend you got 100%. If you get them, they will not fill some void in your life. You will never rethink about how proud you were to get those flags and waste 3 hours of your time going through YouTube videos and meticulously following them and getting 99 out of 100 flags and going nuts. So just please don't do it. Just pretend you got 100%. Just trust me on this one, okay? So to end things off and to make this video short, Assassin's Creed is an okay game that's sold like hotcakes on the basis of a gimmick. That doesn't mean it's bad, because as I've said, I love it. It just means this game hasn't aged well and is hard for someone to pick up and enjoy due to it being so outdated. For 2007, I'd give it a 7 out of 10, but today, I'd give it more of a 4 out of 10. It's very hard to recommend, but I do believe it's worth playing if you're a fan of the series. So that ends my overview of Assassin's Creed, just a quick retrospective on a game I really like. It wasn't exactly a positive review, but I don't want to lie at the same time, so it just is what it is. I also want to mention that this isn't meant to be taken as like a full review, because there are better reviews than this where like they go into every single little detail with the missions and their acting and everything, but I just didn't want to bore you. I just wanted to go over what interested me about this game. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you haven't thought of it, just consider subscribing and liking the video. Every little bit helps, and I hope you have a great day.